Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom Gummy, and today we are back for another statue tutorial. Once again, continuing with the theme of Fortnite. Today we are doing Drift. This is the tier 1 version from the Season 5 Battle Pass. Now, of course, this skin does have the 6 variations. As I just mentioned a second ago, this is the first one. The final stage, the ultimate skin, I guess you could call it, is going to be coming out later this week. So again, stick around for that if you're interested. And again, if you do enjoy this video, definitely consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and also leaving a comment down below to say what you want to see on the channel. I also want to give a quick shout out to JBros Gaming, who has also made a really awesome pixel art of this character. So again, I'll leave a link to the video in the description. Go check it out, leave some love and support, as well as Jared Gaming, who on the Frosted Network channel has created a plushie version. So again, links in the description to that. Again, go show some love and support. Once again, what we're going to be doing in this video is building the first version, so the simple version. What I also want to say before I start the video is that if my voice sounds at all weird, or you kind of hear me like sniffling, I guess you could call it, for some reason I've come down with a cold. I've been out like twice in the past week, and apparently I've just picked something up from going to the gym. So yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. If a voice sounds weird, or again, I'm making weird noises, that is the reason behind it. So again, apologies. Hopefully it doesn't impact the video too much, but I didn't want to just not upload for like a week or two whilst it's there, so I'm going to kind of just power through it. Anyways, getting straight into the video, the blocks you're going to need are as following. You'll need yellow terracotta, white concrete, grey wall, cyan terracotta, white concrete powder, red concrete, yellow concrete, light grey concrete, white terracotta, red terracotta, black concrete, birch planks, smooth sandstone, purple terracotta, magenta terracotta, birchwood stairs, birchwood slabs, sandstone stairs, and also sandstone slabs. So if you want to pause here, grab them blocks into your inventory, that would be great, and then we can get straight into building. Now, in terms of this statue, it's a pretty simple one. There's minor 3D effects. Main part is going to be with the head, with the crazy hairstyle. But again, it's not too difficult of a statue, so it shouldn't take too long. As always, if you do have any issues, just pause the video, take your time, and if you still have issues, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll try and help you as much as possible. Without further ado, let's get straight into building. So we're going to start off by building the front side of the legs. The front side of the legs is a 12 by 8 rectangle, so that's 12 tall and 8 blocks wide. We're going to start with the first layer, which is going to be 3 yellow terracotta, 2 white concrete, and 3 yellow terracotta. So again, that's the first layer. As I mentioned before, every single layer, I'm going to back up, give you guys a brief opportunity to pause the video if you need to do so. Please do take those opportunities, and you'll be perfectly fine. Moving on now to the second layer, we're going to place 8 grey concrete. On top of this, for the third layer, we're going to place 1 grey concrete, 2 yellow concrete, 2 grey concrete, 2 yellow, and 1 grey concrete. So that is the first 3 layers. For the fourth layer now, we're going to place 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 1 red concrete, 2 white concrete, 1 red concrete, 1 white concrete powder, and 1 white concrete. So that is again the fourth layer, and that's going to be the final layer in terms of the actual shoes. The remaining 8 layers is going to be for the legs / trousers. Now, in front of the shoe area, on the first layer, on the second and third block, and also on the 6th and 7th block, we're going to place a little 3D effect. So it's going to be 2 blocks, again 2 on the left, 2 block gap, and then 2 on the right, and it's going to be out of yellow terracotta. On top of each one of these, we're going to place 2 grey concrete. Essentially, this is just adding more shape to the front side of the shoes, just to make it a bit more interesting and a bit more realistic. Again, that's the only 3D effect we're going to be adding to the front side of the legs, so once we've done this, we're ready to continue with the next 8 layers. Okie dokie, so for the 5th layer now, nice and simple, we're going to place 8 grey wool. So the majority of the legs, in this case, is going to be grey wool, with some grey concrete detailing, and also cyan and red for the pockets. For the next layer, which is the 6th layer, halfway point, we're going to place 2 grey wool, 1 grey concrete, 2 grey wool, 1 grey concrete, and 2 grey wool, and again that is our 6th layer. On top of this, for our 7th layer, we're going to place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 4 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, and on top of that we're going to cap it off with a layer of 8 grey wool. So again, backing up so you can see. For the next layer now, we are going to place 1 grey wool, 2 grey concrete, 2 grey wool, 2 grey concrete, and 1 grey wall. And that is your 9th layer. For our 10th layer now, we are going to place 1 grey concrete, 2 cyan terracotta, 2 grey wall, 2 cyan terracotta, and 1 grey concrete. So again, that is your 10th layer. So in terms of here, this is where we're starting to get into the detailing of the pockets. For our 11th layer now, our second to last layer, we're going to place 1 cyan terracotta, 2 red concrete, 2 grey wall, 2 red concrete, and 1 cyan terracotta. And that brings us to the 12th and final layer now, which is going to consist of 3 cyan terracotta, 2 grey wall, and 3 cyan terracotta. Once you've done that, that is now a 12 by 8 rectangle. That is the front side of the legs complete. And if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So again, that is 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and with the little mini 3D effects in the bottom left and bottom right corner, simply just being 2 by 2 squares. Okie dokie, so on the basis you have something that looks like this, and again it's a 12 by 8 rectangle. We're now ready to make some progress on the body. So moving on up, we're going to start with our first layer. The majority of the blocks you're going to need in this case is going to be white concrete and also white concrete powder. So starting off on the first layer, we're going to place 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 3 white concrete, 2 grey concrete, and 1 white concrete powder. What we're then going to do is grab ourselves our white terracotta. On the left side and the right side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and 2, 3, 4 to the right. So 4 block extension to the left, 4 block extension to the right. And essentially what this is doing is just marking out where the hands are going to start, where the arms begin. And we're not going to worry about that for now. We'll come back to that later on in the video. For now, again, it's just to save time later down the line, because otherwise you'd have to come back, figure out where everything is, do some counting, and it's just boring. So we save a tiny bit of time by doing that. But again, we're going to continue with the body. So going back to the body. Once again, the body is a 12 by 8, so we have 11 more layers to do. The second layer is as following. We're going to do 1 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, 1 powder, and 1 concrete. And again, that is the second layer. For the third layer now, we're going to do 3 white concrete, 1 concrete powder, 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, and 2 white concrete. So that is the third layer of the body. For the fourth layer now, we are going to do 1 white concrete, 1 powder, and 6 white concrete. So a nice and simple layer. Again, that is our fourth layer. Again, if you want to pause, feel free to do so. For our fifth layer now, we are going to do 2 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 1 white concrete, and 2 white concrete powder. So that is the fifth layer. On top of this, for the sixth layer, this is where we start to get into the upper chest area. So we're going to start incorporating some yellow. So we're going to place 1 yellow terracotta, 1 yellow concrete, 2 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, and 1 white concrete powder. So that is going to be our sixth layer. For our seventh layer now, we are going to place 1 yellow terracotta, 2 yellow concrete, 2 yellow terracotta, 1 white concrete powder, and 2 white concrete. So again, backing up so you can see, and that is going to be our seventh layer. For our eighth layer now, we are going to start off with our yellow concrete. We're going to place 5 yellow concrete, and then we're going to grab ourselves our red terracotta, and we're going to place 3 red terracotta. For our next layer, which is our ninth layer, we're going to place 1 grey concrete, 2 yellow concrete. This is where inventory management becomes a bit of a pain. We're going to grab ourselves our light grey concrete, place 2 light grey, 1 yellow, 1 red concrete. So again, got to swap over the inventory a bit. So 1 red concrete, and 1 grey concrete. So again, backing up, and it looks like this. For our 10th layer now, we are going to do something very similar. So it's going to be 1 grey concrete, 2 yellow, 1 light grey, and instead of a second light grey, we're going to place 1 white concrete. Next to that, we are going to place 2 yellow concrete, and finish it off with 1 grey concrete. For our second to last layer, our 11th layer, we're going to place 1 yellow concrete, 2 cyan terracotta, 2 light grey concrete, 2 cyan terracotta, and 1 yellow concrete. And that now brings us to our 12th and final layer, which is going to consist simply of 8 cyan terracotta. So once again, that's 8 cyan terracotta. That is the top of the statue, and that is a 12 by 8 rectangle. So, in terms of the basic shape, this is what it looks like, or the basic design, should I say. What we're then going to do, as a little temporary thing, well, it's not really temporary, but it saves time later down the line, is essentially what I'm saying, in a weird way. What we're going to do is come to the top left corner. We are, on the second block, going to place 1 grey wall, 4 black concrete, and 1 grey wall. And again, there should be a 1 block gap on the right side, and also on the left side. If you look at it, it should now look like this, and essentially what we've just placed is the little balaclava that covers his face. So this is, or the mask, I guess you could say. So this is going to link in with the front of the face later down the line, once we get to that point in the video, and again, it's just to make it look a bit more natural and blend in better. So that is the front side of the body. Now, what we're going to do is start working on the arms. So again, before we do that, I'll give you an opportunity to pause. That is 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and that's the front side of the body. With that said, we are going to start working on the arms. So we're going to start on the left arm first, and then we'll head over to the right side. Good news is, it is the exact same, just mirrored. So whatever we do on the left, flip it over to the right side, and it's the exact same. So each arm is 12 by 4. If you haven't already, come to the 13th layer of the build. Go 4 blocks to the left, and also on the right side, 4 blocks to the right, using white terracotta. For the second layer, we are going to start off with our red terracotta. So we're going to place 1 red terracotta, 1 yellow concrete, 1 yellow terracotta, and 1 red terracotta. For the third layer now, we are going to grab ourselves our cyan terracotta. We're going to place 4 cyan terracotta. And on top of this, for our fourth layer, we're going to place 1 cyan, 2 red concrete, and 1 cyan terracotta. So that is the first 4 layers. To cap this off, we are going to place 4 grey concrete for our 5th layer. Then what we're going to do is build up white terracotta all the way to the top, so for the remaining 7 layers. Once we get all the way up to the top, it should be the exact same height as the front side of the body. What we're then going to do is punch out the top right corner, to the left one, and also down one, so this top little corner angle there, so 3 blocks in total. In the outer ones, so the block on the bottom and the one up diagonal to the left, we're going to place grey concrete, and in this 1 block gap here, we're going to place a cyan terracotta. As you can see, once you've done that, that is a 12 by 4 rectangle, and again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. What we're going to do now is go over to the right side, essentially flip it over. If you want to skip forwards in the video and do it yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. However, I'm going to go for it nevertheless, just for anyone that needs me to. So, heading over to the right side, once again, same logic applies. Go 4 blocks to the right on the 13th layer of the build. The second layer is going to consist of 1 red terracotta, 1 yellow terracotta, 1 yellow concrete, and 1 red terracotta. The third layer on top of this is going to be 4 cyan terracotta, and on top of this we're going to place 1 cyan, 2 red concrete, and 1 cyan terracotta. To cap this off for the 5th layer, we're going to place 4 grey concrete, and on top of this for the next 7 layers we're going to place white terracotta. Again, after we've done that, we're going to punch out the 3 blocks in the top left corner. So top left block, down one, and also from the original block to the right one. In the 2 outer diagonals, we're going to place grey concrete, and in the middle block, in this inner section, we're going to place 1 cyan terracotta. Once you've done that, that is the front of the statue complete. We're making really good progress, and I'll back up just to give you a full view of what it should look like so far. So once again, just to go over what we have the front side of the legs, that's 12 by 8, front side of the body, 12 by 8, and the front side of each arm, 12 by 4. Now, whilst this is looking marvellous and great and lovely and fantastic, it's essentially a pixel art at this point. And if you're in the market for a drift pixel art, again, JBros Gaming, link in the description, go check it out. But this is not what we're doing in the video. So we are going to be doing a statue. What this means is we need to make it 3D, and the way we're going to do that is start expanding the sides backwards. So come to the left side, like so. what we're going to do from here is expand from this yellow terracotta 2 to left using yellow concrete and 1 yellow terracotta. So we've essentially expanded 3 blocks backwards. Now the reason we expanded 3 blocks backwards is because the side of the leg is going to be a 12x4 area. However, the 4th block, which is this one here, you're looking at it, is already built. That's the front side, and then the remaining 3 blocks are the ones we've got to place. So we're placing 3 plus the original one. That's going to give us our 4 wide area. So the first layer, as you can already see from left to right, consists of 1 yellow terracotta and 2 yellow concrete. On top of this, for the second layer, we're going to place 2 yellow concrete and 1 yellow terracotta. And on top of this, we're going to place 3 grey concrete. So that's the first 3 layers. For the 4th layer now, we're going to place 1 grey concrete. We are then going to place 1 red terracotta, 1 white concrete powder. For the next layer now, which is the 5th layer, we are going to place 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, and 1 grey wool. And again, that is our 5th layer. Now, for the remaining layers, we are going to place grey wool. So this is building all the way up to the top, the 12th layer. And as you can see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 layers of grey wool. Now, once we've done this, what we're going to do is go back and add some details. So, coming back to the first layer of the grey wool here, we're going to go up 1 layer. And on the first block and the 3rd block, we're going to replace it with grey concrete. On top of this second grey concrete, we're going to go up 1. Up diagonal to left, and then up once and twice, and on the second block punch out a gap like so. In each one we've punched out, we're going to place a grey concrete, and you should end up having something which looks like this. That is a 12x4 area, and that is the left side of the leg. Now, from a corner angle, it looks like this. Again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. And the good news is the right side is indeed the exact same, so if you could copy it over yourself, again, feel free. Heading round to the right side, same procedure as before. Starting off with the yellow terracotta, we're going to expand 2 to right using yellow concrete and 1 yellow terracotta. On top of this, we're going to place 1 yellow terracotta and 2 yellow concrete. To cap this off for the 3rd layer, we're going to place 3 grey concrete, and then we're starting to get into the details of the side of the shoe. So for the 4th layer now, we are going to place 1 white concrete powder, 1 red terracotta, and 1 grey concrete. On top of this, we're going to place 1 grey wool, 1 white concrete powder, and 1 white concrete. The next 7 layers is going to be grey wool. Once again, that brings us all the way up to the top of the side of the leg, and that leaves us with just the punching of the details using our grey concrete. So, coming to the bottom right corner of this section of grey wool, we're going to go up 1, and on the 4th block on the right side, and also the 2nd block, we are going to punch out. On this block on the left side, we're going to go up 1. We're then going to go up diagonal to right, and then up once, twice on the 2nd block, punch out. In each of these 5 blocks, we are going to replace it with grey concrete. Again, exact same as the other side. And once you've done that, it looks like this, and from a corner angle, like this. So essentially, you've got the side of the trousers, the side of the trainers, or sneakers, depending on what you want to call it. And yeah, that's the side of the legs complete. What we're going to work on now is working on the sides of the arms. So we're going to start off by building a platform on the rear side, and then we'll actually build off of that to actually build the sides. But it's important at this stage so that we can prevent there being holes in the bottom of the hands. So what we're going to do is on the first layer of the arms, this white terracotta, we're going to expand backwards 1, 2, 3, all the way across, and that's going to give us a 4x4 platform. So as you can see here, that is now a 4x4 platform of white terracotta. We're going to repeat this on the other side, and that's going to be the underside of the hands. And again, it's important because otherwise there would be a hole. Of course, we're going to build up the sides, the rear side, but this part in the middle would non-exist, so it'd be an issue. Sticking to the left side now, you should now be presented with something that looks like this, essentially a backwards L shape. Now the side of the arms, just like the side of the legs, is going to be a 12x4, and the same logic applies in the sense that the 4th block, this one here, is already existent, so it means that we are only going to be placing our 3 blocks per layer. So starting off, we have the first layer, which is white terracotta. On top of this, for the second layer, we're going to place 1 red terracotta, 1 yellow concrete, and 1 red concrete. On top of this, for the third layer, we're going to place 1 cyan terracotta, 1 red concrete, and 1 red terracotta. For the 4th layer now, we are going to place 3 cyan terracotta, and on top of this, we're going to place 3 grey concrete. The remaining 7 layers is going to be out of white terracotta, That'll bring you all the way up to the top of the arm, and that is the left side of the arm complete. So that is a 12x4, 12 tall, 4 wide, and it looks like this, and from a corner angle like this. Heading around to the right side now, exact same applies. So we've got our first layer, which is the white terracotta. Our second layer is going to be 1 red concrete, 1 yellow concrete, and 1 red terracotta. On top of this, for the second layer, we're going to place 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete, 1 cyan. On top of this, a layer of cyan and a layer of grey concrete. So that's the first 5 layers. For the remaining 7, we're going to do white terracotta. That will bring us all the way up until the top, once again giving us our 12x4. So it looks like this, and from a corner angle like this. So again, you can start to see the statues really starting to come together. Now, again, this is where I kind of kill the vibe. If you head around to the rear side, not so much. It's lacking a bit, and that's what we're going to work on now, is filling it all in, making it perfect, and then we'll be ready to move on to the head. So, we're going to start off with the rear side of the legs. Essentially, this is a game of linking left side to right side. So because we've already done the sides before, we're just linking it together. So, because there's a side on each one, that means 2 sides, or 2 rows are done. That means we're only placing 6 blocks in between, because 6 plus a 2 is going to give us our 8 wide. So we're placing 6 blocks per layer, linking left side to right side. So for the first layer, we are going to place, next is yellow terracotta, 6 white concrete. On top of this, we are going to place 2 yellow concrete, 2 yellow terracotta, and 2 yellow concrete. For the next layer, the third layer, we're going to place 1 grey concrete, 4 yellow concrete, and 1 grey concrete. And on top of this, we're going to place 6 grey concrete. For the next layer, which is the 5th layer, we are going to place 1 yellow concrete, 4 white concrete powder, and 1 yellow concrete. And on top of that, we're going to place, let me grab our grey wool, we're going to place 1 grey wool, 1 yellow concrete, 2 grey wool, 1 yellow concrete, and 1 grey wool. So that is our 6th layer. Now for the remaining 6 layers, we're going to place 6 grey wool. Now of course, because this is the rear side of the character, you don't really need to add a detail, because it's not really going to be seen as much as the front side. However, if you do want to, what I recommend is you follow a pattern that's similar to this, in the sense that you just place 2 strips. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Again, don't worry. 2 strips like that, and then you can just place a section in the middle. So if you want to add a detail to the rear side, feel free to just copy a pattern like that. Again, if you're not too fussed, because again, it's not going to be the center of the attention, just feel free to leave it blank. So moving swiftly along, once we have finished the legs, we're going to start working on the rear side of the body. Now the rear side of the body is very similar to the front side of the body in terms of the colour scheme, so it's got a fair bit of white concrete powder, it's got the yellow stripe, and then also the grey stripe at the top. So starting off with our first layer, we are going to place 1 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, 2 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, and 1 white concrete powder. For the second layer, we're going to place 1 white concrete, 1 powder, 1 concrete, 1 powder, 2 concrete, 1 powder, and 1 concrete, and that is the second layer. On top of this, for the third layer, nice and simple, we're going to place a solid row of 8 white concrete. So again, very, very simple. For the fourth layer now, we're going to place 1 powder, 1 concrete, 1 powder, 1 concrete, 2 powder, 1 concrete, and 1 powder. And again, that is our fourth layer. For our fifth layer now, we're going to start incorporating some of the yellow. So we're going to place 1 yellow concrete, 4 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, and 2 white concrete. And again, that was our fifth layer. For the sixth layer now, the halfway point, we are going to place 1 yellow terracotta, 2 yellow concrete. We're then going to place 1 white concrete, 1 white concrete powder, 2 white concrete, and 1 powder. On top of this, for the next layer, we are going to place 1 yellow terracotta. We're then going to place 2 yellow concrete, 2 yellow terracotta, 2 yellow concrete, and 1 white concrete powder. On top of this, for our 8th layer, we are going to place a nice simple row of 8 yellow concrete. So again, for the 8th layer, it's going to be 8 yellow concrete. For our 9th layer now, we are going to place 1 grey concrete, 4 yellow concrete, 2 cyan terracotta, and 1 grey concrete. On top of this, for our 10th layer, we are going to place 1 grey concrete, 1 yellow, 5 cyan terracotta, and 1 grey concrete. Again, just backing up. For our second to last layer now, we are going to place 3 cyan terracotta, 2 grey concrete, and 3 cyan terracotta. And on top of this, for the 12th and final layer, we're going to place 8 cyan terracotta. Once you've done that, if you back up, it should now look something like this. That is a 12 by 8 rectangle, and that is the rear side of the body. So again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. Now, in regards to the rear side of each arm, again, both exact same, very, very simple. So the rear side of the right arm, in this case our left side, we're going to start off. The first layer is white terracotta. Our second layer is going to be 3 red terracotta. The third and fourth is going to be cyan terracotta. And then the 5th layer is going to be grey concrete. On top of this, we're going to build up 7 using white terracotta. And then to cap it off, in the top right corner, we're going to punch out the top right corner, 1 to the left and 1 down. In the 2 diagonal blocks, we're going to place grey concrete. And in this 1 block here, we're going to place 1 cyan terracotta. So very similar to what we did on the front side. Of course, the other arm is indeed the exact same. So if you want to copy it over, feel free. Heading over there, again, second layer is red terracotta. We have 2 layers of cyan terracotta and a layer of grey concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 7 layers of white terracotta. And then in the top left, bottom down one and to right one, punch out the 3 blocks. And again, we're going to place our 2 grey concrete and 1 cyan terracotta in the 1 block gap. That is the rear side of each arm. Again, they're both 12 by 4. The rear side of the body, 12 by 8. And that leaves us with one final thing to do, which is, of course, the rear, the shoulders, the top of the shoulders. So in terms of shoulders, it's going to be a 16 by 4 area. Now, this middle part isn't going to be visible. This corner and this corner will, however. So the 4 by 4 on the left side and the 4 by 4 on the right side will be visible. The rest of the stuff in the middle will not be. So starting on the left side, we're going to place, so we've already got our 2 white terracotta here. We're going to place 2 more. Next up, we're going to place 2 grey concrete, and then we're going to place cyan terracotta all the way until we hit the other side. So again, cyan terracotta all the way in the middle. It doesn't really matter because this part will be covered, but you need to make sure that essentially you have 2 layers of white terracotta, 1 layer of grey concrete, and 1 layer of cyan. Now heading over to the right side, exact same applies. You want 1 layer of cyan, 1 layer of grey concrete, and your 2 layers of white terracotta. Once you've done that, you'll have something that looks like this, and that is a 16 by 4 area, and that is the shoulders. So, again, if I back up, that is the body of the statue complete. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my arm. We're going to have a little spin around, a little recap, just an opportunity for you guys to pause and catch up if necessary. Again, if you are having any issues with the video, please do let me know down in the comment section below. But apart from that, this is what the statue looks like so far. So in this section, we're going to go to each part of the area, or each area of the statue, and we're going to give you guys an opportunity to pause. I'm going to read out the dimensions, and again, give you a brief second. So this is the front side of the legs. That is a 12 by 8 rectangle, flying on up in a very slow and cinematic fashion, with the front side of the body 12 by 8, and the front side of each arm 12 by 4. Come around to the left side with the left side of the leg, that is 12 by 4. With the underside of the left hand 4 by 4, and the left side of the arm 12 by 4. Come around to the right side of the leg 12 by 4, underside of the right hand 4 by 4, and right side of the arm 12 by 4. Come around to the rear side with the rear side of the leg, that is going to be 12 by 8, with the rear side of the body 12 by 8, the rear side of each arm 12 by 4, and then the final side, which is the shoulders, which is of course, as I mentioned before, 16 wide and 4 blocks thick. So once you got that, again, hopefully everyone has something looking in resemblance to this. If you don't, again, go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan and work from there. But on the basis everyone has, let's start making some progress on the head. So the head itself is pretty simple. However, there are a few sections that are highly detailed, and the 3D effects also make it a bit more interesting. But the majority, pretty simple. We're going to start off on the front side. So the side with the little 3D effect. We're going to come to the front left corner, and from here we're going to count to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, this one here, the sand terracotta, we're going to place a black concrete, and we're going to bring it 1 forwards, so black concrete, 1 forwards, and then we're going to place 1 grey wall. We do the exact same on the right side, so we head over to the right side, we're going to count 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, place 1 black concrete, 1 forwards, and then 1 grey concrete, or grey wall, so not grey concrete. Now, in between there should be a 6 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to fill it in using black concrete on both layers, and what this will give you is a 8x2 overhang. Of course, it's kind of partially covered by the little 3D effect we added earlier on in the video, but for now, as you can see from above, it is an 8x2 overhang. What we're then going to do, coming around to the left side, is we're going to punch out that original black concrete we placed. Using our white terracotta, we're going to expand 6 blocks to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we do the exact same on the other side, so replace the black concrete 6 backwards, and then we link together on the rear side by placing 6 blocks in the middle, and that will give you an 8x2 overhang on the rear side. What this gives you in total is an 8x8 square. This is going to be the template for the head, so we've got the front side, left side, right side, and rear side, and of course in total the head's going to be an 8x8x8 cube, so it's a very, very handy template. So we've got the front side, left side, right side, and rear side. We're going to start off with the front side, aka the face. We'll get that out of the way. So starting off on our first layer, we have 1 grey wall, 6 black concrete, and 1 grey wall. What we're in fact going to do is on the 5th block, this one here, we are going to replace it with 1 yellow concrete. So again, that's 1 yellow concrete on our 5th block, and this is to represent the gold/yellow marks on his face mask. For the second layer now, we are going to place 3 black concrete, 1 yellow terracotta, and 4 black concrete. So once again, that is the second layer. For the third layer now, we're going to place 1 white terracotta, 1 white concrete. This is where we're going to need our purple magenta. So we're going to place 1 magenta, 2 white terracotta, 1 magenta, 1 white concrete, and 1 white terracotta. For the next layer, we're going to do the exact same. However, instead of using purple, we are going to use magenta. So again, exact same pattern. Otherwise, this time instead of using magenta, we're going to use purple. Of course, we used magenta last time. So again, we place purple, and it's the same pattern. So that's 1 white terracotta, 1 white concrete, 1 purple, 2 white, 1 purple, 1 white, and 1 white terracotta. So again, that is our 4th layer. For our 5th layer, we're going to cap it off with 8 white terracotta. On top of this, we are going to need to grab ourselves our birch planks and our smooth sandstone. So we're going to place 1 birch plank, 6 white terracotta, and 1 smooth sandstone. On top of this, for our 7th layer, second to last layer, we're going to place 1 birch, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch, 1 smooth sandstone, and 4 birch planks. And for our 8th and final layer, we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 4 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch, and 1 smooth sandstone, and it ends up looking something like this. That is the front side of the face, and that is an 8x8 square. Now, in terms of 3D effects, we're going to start off very basic. On top of the eyes on this layer here, so this would be layer number 5. On the second and third block, we are going to place 2 birchwood slabs, same on the the 6th and 7th block. So again, we just have 2 birchwood slabs on each side on the lower half of the block, and this is to represent the eyebrows. And again, it just makes it look a bit more sleek than having full block eyebrows, which make it look a bit bulky and weird. So that is the basic 3D effect. The next thing we're going to do is add a fringe. And the reason we need to add a fringe is because otherwise, the next stage we're going to do, after we've built the head, which is of course the top side of the head, it's going to look awfully weird and it's not going to blend very properly. Or very, very well. My English, not proper, not good, no. So, we're going to go to the top left corner. We're going to go to the right one and down one, and in front of this smooth sandstone here, on the second layer, second block, we're going to place a smooth sandstone. To the right of this, we're going to place 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, and then we're going to place a birchwood slab on the upper half of the block next to it. Going to the next layer now, on top of this birch plank here, the second block, we're going to place a birchwood slab. We're then going to place 2 birch planks, a smooth sandstone, and a birch slab on the lower half of the block coming off the side. For the final layer, on top of the second birch plank here, we're going to place a smooth sandstone. Once you've done that, that is the little fringe area complete, and that will link into the top side later on in the video, once we get to that stage. For now, this is the front side complete. Once again, that's an 8x8, and if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. But what we're going to work on now is, of course, the sides, and we're going to start with the left side. So heading round to the left side, once again, it's going to be an 8x8 square. However, first block, or I guess in this case the last block, already done, so we're placing 7 blocks per layer. So the blocks you're going to need for this section, you're going to need your white terracotta, your black concrete, and your smooth sandstone and birch planks. So the first layer consists of 6 white terracotta, 1 black concrete, 1 grey wall. The second layer is going to be 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, and then 5 white terracotta. For the third layer now, we are going to place 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, 2 white terracotta, and 2 black concrete. So that is our third layer. For the fourth layer now, we are going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 2 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 white terracotta, 1 black concrete, and 1 white terracotta. So again, that's our fourth layer. And as you can see, this is the black concrete, kind of linking in with the side of the face mask. The next layer now, which is our fifth layer, is going to be 2 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 2 black concrete, 1 smooth sandstone, and 1 white terracotta. On top of this, for our sixth layer, we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, birch plank, and 1 smooth sandstone. On top of this, for our seventh layer, second to last layer, we're going to place 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, and 5 birch planks. And that brings us to our final layer, the eighth layer, which is going to be 2 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, 2 smooth sandstone, and 1 birch plank. And that is the left side of the head. In terms of 3D effects, we're going to add a little ear. The way we're going to do this is by going to the third layer, fifth block, and we're going to place a white terracotta, and on top of that, a second white terracotta. Simple, but from a side angle, looks like this. And again, that is the left side of the head. Now, the good news is the right side is indeed the exact same. Oh, it's not 100% the exact same, but it's very similar. There's 1 or 2 blocks that are different. So, again, if you want to just skip that and then change a few after, feel free. But I'm going to go for it nonetheless. So, heading round to the right side, again, first layer is 1 grey wall, 1 black concrete, and 6 white terracotta. Second layer is going to be 5 white terracotta, 1 smooth sandstone, and 1 birch plank. So that is, again, the second layer. Third layer now is going to be 2 black concrete, 2 white terracotta, 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, and 1 birch plank. That's our third layer. And on top of this, for the fourth layer, we're going to place 1 white terracotta, 1 black concrete, 1 white terracotta, 1 smooth sandstone, 2 birch, and 1 smooth sandstone. The next layer, which is the fifth layer, is as following. We are going to place 1 white terracotta, 1 smooth sandstone, 2 black concrete, 1 smooth sandstone, and 2 birch planks. On top of this, we are going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch, and 1 smooth sandstone. So that is, again, our sixth layer. Second to last layer, our seventh layer, is going to be 5 blocks of birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, and that brings us to the final layer, which is of course the 8th layer, which is going to be 1 birch plank, 2 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, and 2 birch planks. Again, you can see the only difference is with the original, the first layer. Apart from that, it's the exact same. Just like the other side, we're also going to come to the third layer, 4th block, and we're going to place white terracotta, go up 1, and that's going to be a little 3D effect as an ear. So again, that is the right side of the head. That's an 8x8 square. If you want to pause, you know what to do. Just hit the video and give you guys a second. What we're going to do now is start working on the rear side of the head. So, the rear side of the head, relatively plain. And the reason behind that is because most of it's going to be covered by the 3D effects later on. Same reason as the top's pretty plain. So, in terms of the rear side, our first layer, we're going to start off by punching out the 4 blocks in the middle. So leave a 2 block gap, punch out 4, leave a 2 block gap. In this 4 we've just punched out, place 2 birch, 1 smooth sandstone, and 1 birch. On top of this, for the second layer, place 1 smooth sandstone, 4 birch, 1 smooth sandstone. For the third layer now, place 6 birch planks. Whoops. And on top of that, we're going to place 4 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, and 1 birch plank. For the fifth layer now, we are going to place 4 birch planks, 2 smooth sandstone, On top of this, we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone and 5 birch planks. Second to last layer now, we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 3 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone, 1 birch plank, and then for the final layer, the 8th layer, we are going to place 5 birch planks and 1 smooth sandstone. So that is the rear side of the head. Once again, we'll be coming back to that part in a second. In fact, let's just do it now. Let's get the 3D effect out of the way. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off in the top left corner. We're going to leave a 2-block gap, and from here we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone, again this is 3D, 2 birch planks. On top of the second birch plank, we are going to grab ourselves our sandstone stair, and we're going to place a sandstone stair facing towards the rear of the statue. Going back to this area here, underneath the smooth sandstone, we are going to place 3 layers of 3 birch planks. That's 1, 2, and 3. Below this, we are going to place a layer of 1 smooth sandstone, 2 birch planks. Below this, we're going to place an upside down birchwood stair. We're then going to place 1 birch plank and 1 smooth sandstone. Underneath the birch plank in the middle, we're going to place a smooth sandstone again. And to the right of this, we're going to place a sandstone slab upside down underneath the smooth sandstone here, and to the right of the smooth sandstone there. So that is the first layer. Again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. For the second layer, we're going to come to this section here, so the birch plank on the first layer. We're going to go down 1, and we're going to place a birchwood stair in front of it, facing again towards us. Underneath this, we're going to place a birch plank, and to the left of it, we're going to place a birch slab on the upper half. To the right of it, we are going to place a sandstone slab on the lower half. Below the birch plank, we're going to place a smooth sandstone. Below the sandstone slab, we're going to place a birch plank. Underneath the birch plank, we place an upside down birchwood stair. Once you've done that, that is the rear side of the head complete. And again, I'll just give it to you from a corner angle, just so you can pause and hopefully get a better view than just the head-on angle. So that is the effect we're going for at the rear side. Of course, if you know the character, you know the head is kind of like spiky all over the place. The top is going to be a bit more wild, a bit more extreme. Talking of the top, let's move over to that section now. So we're going to fill in the basic part, then we'll add the 3D effect. So starting off, we're essentially just going to fill it in with solid birch planks, and then we'll add a few smooth sandstones just as a little bit of detailing. The majority is going to be covered up by our little, or in this case not very little, spikes of 3D. So from above, currently looks like this. Coming over to the left side, on the second row, second block, we're going to place a smooth sandstone. Also 6th row, second block, again a second smooth sandstone. That's all you need to do in terms of detailing. Now the next section is going to be our 3D effect. So we're going to come to the front left corner, come to the third block in, and we're going to place 4 birch planks. Behind this, we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone, 2 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone. Behind this, we are going to place 5 birch planks, and to the left of it, we're going to place a sandstone slab. So it's 4 birch planks, we're extending 1 to the left using sandstone slab, 1 to the right using a birch plank. In front of this birch plank, place a sandstone slab. So this is the third row in. For the next row, behind the sandstone slab here, we're going to place a row of 6 birch planks. Behind that, we're going to place 1 birch plank, 1 smooth sandstone, 3 birch planks, 1 smooth sandstone. Again, just backing up so you can see. This is what it looks like so far. Behind that layer there, behind the birch plank here, we are going to place a sandstone slab. We're then going to place 2 smooth sandstone, 2 birch planks, and a birch wood slab. The next layer now, we are going to leave 1 block. We're then going to place 1 birchwood slab, 3 birch planks, and then for the final layer, we're going to leave another block, and we're going to place 1 smooth sandstone and 2 birch planks. So from above, it should look something like this. Now I appreciate it's kind of difficult to distinguish what part is from the above layer and what's from the below layer. So again, I'll just do a little spin around so you can see which ones are the slabs and which ones are the full blocks. Again, if there is an issue, and I'll look in editing in terms of visibility, I will just put a picture on. which has been taken from before, where the blocks are in contrast, so the remaining area will be a different block to the upper 3D effect. For the second layer now, so there is indeed 4 layers, this is the second layer. We're going to come again to the first 2 blocks in the middle, so we're going to leave this one on the left and this one on the right, so these 2 blocks in the middle. On the left side we're going to place a smooth sandstone, and next to that a birch plank. Behind this, starting on top of this smooth sandstone, we're going to place 3 birch planks, and we're going to place a birchwood stair facing forwards towards the front of the statue. Behind this, we're going to place a row of 4 birch planks, and behind that we're going to place a row of 1 smooth sandstone, 2 birch planks, and 1 smooth sandstone. Behind this, or should I say behind the smooth sandstone, we're going to place 1 birchwood slab. We're then going to place 2 birch planks, and a birch stair facing towards the right side. For the next layer, behind these 2 birch planks, we're going to start off on the left side by placing a birchwood stair facing backwards. We're then going to have a birch plank to the right of it. Behind this, we're going to place 2 birch planks and a birchwood slab. And behind that, on the second block, on top of this birch plank here, we're going to place another birch plank. So again, from above, looks like this. I'll do a little spin around just so you can see. So that is the second layer of the 3D effect. So again, if there are any issues, please do let me know. But again, I will look back in editing and there hopefully shouldn't be any. So for the third layer, which is, I guess, the final difficult layer, what we're going to do is we're going to start off at the front side again. This time we're going to go in a layer. And on the left block, this second block in, we're going to place a birch slab. To right of it, 1 smooth sandstone. Behind it, we're going to place a row of 4 birch planks. Behind that, we're going to leave 1, place 2 birch planks, and a birch wood slab. Behind this, we are going to grab ourselves our sandstone stair. We're going to place a sandstone stair facing backwards on the left side, and to right of that, we're going to place a birch plank. That is the third layer. Again, a brief little spin around, just so you can get a look at it. And then we're going to add our final little touch, which is just the tip of the spike. So for the tip of the spike, what we're going to do is we're going to start off on top of this smooth sandstone here. We're going to place a birch wood stair facing forwards. What we're then going to do is behind this, place 2 birch planks, so 1 and then up 1. To the left of this birch plank, we're going to place a sandstone stair facing towards the left side. And once you've done that, that is the top of the hair complete. And most importantly, that is the statue complete. So again, I'm going to do a little spin around just to show you what it looks like, the head itself. And yeah, with that said and done, that is the drift statue complete. Again, I really do hope you enjoyed it or found it at all useful. And if you did, once again, a like would be very much appreciated. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, sticking around if you enjoy this kind of content. And you can do that by hitting the notification bell, or just follow me on Twitter at GummyBearGames, because I tweet every time I upload, and YouTube doesn't often notify you, so it probably is the best way of going about things. Apart from that, again, I just want to point out that if you want to check out the pixel art by JBros of this same character, as well as the plushie, links are in the description, as well as the card system in the top right corner, and the annotations at the end. Please do go show them some love and support, and let them know I sent you. Apart from that, again, stick around, because I will be bringing out a fully upgraded version of this, designed by Burrows Bros, in the very near future. So, yeah, apart from that, again, apologies for the voice being a bit off. Can't really help the cold, but it's a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, my name has been Tom Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light